Dear colleagues and readers of Family Process, I'm happy to share with you that together with my 4 co-authors, we have published a paper about how couples in financial distress experience couple therapy. We conducted interviews with 5 couples, and the research team analyzed the transcripts using interpretative phenomenological analysis, IPA for short. And so, why did we want to conduct this study? We know that despite being known as an affluent country, in Norway we had a steep rise in the amount of families that experience financial distress. And there is now actually a number of 18% of families and people who don't have enough money to pay for basic necessities. So naturally, we as couple and family therapists will meet these families in our therapeutic practice. So, what did we find as a result of our analysis? We had 3 findings, 3 kind of themes, sub-themes, and 1 core group experiential theme. The core theme was shame. Our couples talked about shame spontaneously and linked to a lot of subjects. The shame was experienced as painful and vicious cycles. The action orientation was to avoid, hide, ignore, and they seemed to internalize society's condemnation of low income and poor people. Also, the findings included a sense of existential threat. The couples talked about their financial issues as a life situation, like kind of life and death kind of situation. And they use metaphors such as drowning, choking, being in a house on fire. Also, a different theme was dyadic coping strategies. In other words, the couples told us how they, as couples, cooperate, how they share their love on a daily basis, but also how they can fight, blame each other, and avoid the topic of money in their day-to-day interactions. Lastly, the couples talked about ways in which the community of helpers can both aid them, make them feel less alone, but also put obstacles in their way. Actually, it was really sad to hear that most of the couples had experiences with the system, with therapists that were stigmatizing and shaming, such as therapists telling them that they couldn't possibly be good parents if they had financial difficulties. So, what can we do? How can we think as couple and family therapists, as systemic practitioners? We argue that financial factors are important to consider, both to understand the context of families and to see how financial issues might contribute to their health-related problems and couple dynamics. Also, we just discussed different interventions, such as addressing financial shame directly, also highlighting positive coping strategies and strengthening what's good in the couple. But also, it is important to remember that if we see systemic problems being reflected in the families we work with, we should also address and work on systemic change. I hope you want to read our paper, and if you want to contact me, feel free to send me an email with questions or anything. Thank you so much.